learn about the off-grid lifestyle and to be inspired to live your dreams, click subscribe so you don't miss anything. Hit the bell notification. So as I said in yesterday's video, I was going to go to Lowe's today and get some 2x6s so we can start building the rest of our walls on our tiny house. As you know, we already have one wall built. Now, before I get into this, I wanted to explain a couple things. First of all, I got busted at Lowe's today. But before I get into that, I'll talk about that later in the video. I want to talk to you about the tiny house. Secondly, I get a lot of complaints that I repeat myself too much in these videos. Now, all you do is cut firewood. When are you ever going to work on the tiny house? All you do is work on the tiny house. When are you going to do anything else? Well, that's how it works in life. You start a project, you work on that project for a few days, and then you stop that project and move on to the next project. This is, reality TV here. This is real reality TV. I suppose a lot of folks have gotten used to these YouTubers who have huge production budgets and they spend, a week producing this high quality video. This is reality, and I really want to show you reality. So for the next few days, you might see me working on the walls of the tiny house now that I've got some lumber. And then I'll move on to another project. It's unlikely that I'll cut any wood until probably October or November. So this is early September. Getting back to the tiny house, we had to go get 2x6s today so we can finish up the walls. Now, to give you a little idea of what we're doing here, like I said, we already got one wall built. That's underneath this tarp here. We've already got the OSB outer skin on. Now I got to do the other three walls. So this wall here will have a window on this side, a window on this side, and then we're going to have a door with a window for the back porch. Where you see all the material sitting on this trailer frame is where the back porch will be, / kitchen. Like the sink and running water and those kind of things, countertop, that'll be inside. We'll have the propane stove out here on a covered porch. Now we're also thinking about getting a wood stove so we can have a wood heating oven that I'm going to build. I've actually considered trying to find an old antique wood stove that you can cook on and have an oven. I saw one new the other day, but man, it was pricey. It was like $1,500. This will be the house portion. The tiny house is going to be 16 by 12. Well, it is 16 by 12. I've already got the floor done. The floor was built out of 2x4s. And for those that don't understand how I'm using a 2x4, you got to understand the bracing is primarily steel. Everything's steel. And I'm just running a 2x4 on these steel beams. This is steel here. These wings come out. And then I put a center beam out of two 2x6s. I sandwiched two 2x6s together. So I got, well, it's actually like a 3x6. 2x6s don't actually measure out to 2x6. It's undersized. So it's going to be a nice strong floor. You can bounce on it. The frame of the trailer actually bounces more than the tiny house. One of the things that have been a big problem is right when we decided to start building this thing, lumber prices skyrocketed. And at first I thought, man, that's bad. Now I'm thinking, holy cow, what are we going to do? So yesterday I was telling you in a video that we found these 2x6s at Lowe's for just under $7. And we thought, it's not going to get any better, not anytime soon. So we better go and get them. I needed 45 of these to finish up the walls. We're going to make the roof out of 2x4s, the rafters. but we're using 2 feet center. A lot of people say 16-inch center because that's code. Well, again, I don't have to worry about code. And since I'm using 2x6s, this is going to be plenty strong at 2 feet. Now, what that means is every 2 feet, I will have a 2x6 spaced out on my tiny house. That's saving us some cost also. The reason I'm using 2x6s for the walls is so I can get really good thick insulation. I got really good thick insulation underneath it now, so the floor will be warm. And then in the ceiling, we'll have it double insulated. We'll have it at the rafters where they go up into the peak, and then we'll have it on the floor of the rafters, because we're going to have basically a storage area upstairs. It's going to be 3 foot tall to peak, so we can put our canned goods up there. And so we'll get a lot of insulation up there. Like I said yesterday, we were going to spend $7 a board, just under $7. Well, got up this morning and looked at the prices, and they'd already went up to almost $9 a board overnight. And the reason is the newspapers are saying the reason is that during the virus, hardware stores were considered critical business, but the people who actually make the lumber weren't. Not the loggers, the mills, the ones that cut the logs. So now Home Depot and Lowe's and everybody's running out of wood, out of lumber. So they're jacking up the price, supply and demand. Now I know there's a lot of theories out there what else could be happening, and I explained that in yesterday's video. I ended up having to spend $70 extra for this. Carolyn and I got to thinking about it. Prices aren't going to come down. It's not anytime soon if it is. We could sit here and wait and wait and wait. Our thinking is we save so much in other materials. We saved about $500 on windows and doors because we bought them used, and at yard sales we actually found a new window that was like a $200 window normally, and we got it for $50, I think. We got all our OSB, which is the plywood that we're going to put across the walls. We've already got it on the front wall here. We got that at like $8 a sheet or $6 a sheet. I don't remember. $6 a sheet maybe. So we got that at a reduced cost. We got the insulation at half the cost, and that's brand new insulation sitting in some guy's garage for years. We've really saved a lot of money. Now our budget is $5,000 for a tiny house, and we're way under budget. Spending an extra $70 for 2x6s that will finish up the walls. And then I can start working on the roof. Once the roof's on, then we can really start moving. We'll have to go and buy tin. We're going to buy roofing metal for the roof and the walls. So the whole thing will be made out of like brown. Maybe I'm imagining brown or tan. I guess tan siding, which is all going to be metal roofing material. Now the other thing is I didn't want to drive 40 miles with long boards hanging out at the back of the truck. And I knew this is just going to be a problem. They're the 12 footers, the ones that I need for the top and the bottom of my wall. These are 8 foot here. So I had to buy 2 12 foot. So I went to the local hardware store. Now imagine this, $8 here for 8 footers, $27 per board for these. So I ended up spending almost $60 for those 2 boards. That's how crazy prices are. Now, my original goal was to always spend $500 a month, kind of treat it like rent. And we've done pretty good. Of course, Carolyn found a lot of good bargains all at the same time. So we ended up spending like 2 months worth of budget, nearly. It was like $800 for all this stuff. So we went over budget that 1 month. So we skipped a month for buying anything, caught back up, and now we're right back on par. So we're just like over $500 for the 2x6s. And now to get us through this month easy, and the next month we'll be able to pick right back up, get the 2x4s for the rafters. Now, this deal going on with face mask, it's getting out of hand. So I've been really faithful about wearing my face mask. We went and bought face masks, I don't know, maybe a month or 2 ago, and we've been wearing it. Now, I went to Dollar General the other day, and I was wearing the face mask. The sign on the door said face mask required, so I wore my face mask. Well, the guy behind me, when I was checking out, was just chewing me out. Don't you know you're going to get yourself sick wearing that mask? Those things are crazy. What are you talking about? And he just wanted to start a fight. Like, dude, man, I'm just following the rules. You're an older guy, and you should be most worried about me wearing your mask is what I'm thinking, right? Well, today I went over into Lowe's, and I had my face mask in my hand. I didn't wear the face mask across the parking lot. Walked in, and my brain immediately started thinking, where's the lumber? Where's the lumber? I got to go find the lumber. Face mask in hand. I start heading to the lumber. Face mask in hand, you can clearly see it. I've made a mistake. I forgot to put my mask on. I mean, this is not like the crime of the century or anything. I literally, you could tell I meant to have it on. And instead of somebody just saying, excuse me, sir, you may have forgotten you didn't put your face mask on. No, instead, what is your problem? Do you think you're going to get sick through your hand? Excuse me? What are you talking about? Your face mask is supposed to be on your face, not in your hand, dummy. Of course, he's called me something else. So I said, excuse me, I made a mistake. I'll be happy to put my face mask on, but there's no reason to yell at somebody. And so I put my face mask in and went on. I don't understand this anger this country has gotten into. It was obvious that I made a mistake. It was a simple mistake. It wasn't like I was trying to, violate the rules. Look at me, huh? No, I don't know why he wanted to cause a fight. Maybe we could just go back to being respectful to each other. I hope I can inspire you to get along with everybody. Thanks for watching.